to my channel. If you watched my Africa trip update video, it's about 5 minutes later. I decided to film both videos today, but I wanted to look legit, so I changed up my vest. Just kidding. So anywho, let's talk about how much the CPA license actually costs you. Because I get this question a lot, and I feel like not a lot of people know how expensive it is. There's also a lot of people out there saying CPA is a scam, it's a waste of money, and I joke about it being a scam, but that's just ignorance if you really think that it's a money scam. It definitely will advance you in your career. It locks you in for job security. You have a better chance of getting promotions at work. But I'm definitely not someone that's going to throw the CPA down your throat, because I fully believe it is not for everybody. So I 100% understand why people don't get the CPA license. So don't at all feel guilty or ashamed if you're not going through with the CPA. I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm 100% on your side. It is not for everybody. And I've shared several times about why I decided to go through with it. I work as a state auditor, so I'm a state employee for the government. So no, I don't work for a Big Four. No, I don't work for public accounting. I'm not even in industry. And the CPA is not required for my job. It is highly recommended and strongly encouraged. But I got it because I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't know what next year brings. I don't know what my career goals are going to be in 20 years or when I start a family. And those things change all the time. Even a year ago today, I was a completely different person than I am now. So I don't know what the future holds. And I was like, hey, I'm by myself. I have all this extra time after work. Why not go ahead and get the CPA now? That way I don't regret it in the future. So that was my thoughts on it, but that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to put that out there for several questions I've been asked. Also, the fact that it's literally 65 degrees in January in Tennessee. I literally got an iced coffee. Y'all haven't had an iced coffee since the summer. So first and foremost, before you start going for the CPA exam, you need to purchase study materials. This is going to be the most expensive cost of your CPA license journey, because you obviously need the materials before you take the exams. Although several people out there just willy-nilly take the exams, I think that's a big, huge waste of money. But hey, if you're super smart, go for it, try it. Why spend all that time studying if you think you can pass it on a whim? So there are several different companies out there, and it is drastically changing. For instance, I bought Becker in November 2017, and it was $4,000 retail value then. Now it is only about $3,000, so they've gone down in price because competition has increased. There's a lot of really good softwares out there, but I also did not spend $4 grand. I got Becker during a Black Friday 50% off, so it was $2,000. My organization paid $1,500. I was only out of pocket $500 for all 4 exams for the whole bundle. Also, Becker has several different options now. There's like an Advantage, a Premier, a Pro, an Ultimate. None of those things were relevant when I was getting Becker. Becker was just, you either get a 4-part bundle, you get flashcards, or you buy each section individual. So a lot of you have asked which bundle I bought, and it's completely changed. In fact, their logo, the entire company has changed since I got Becker. So I am easily getting outdated. I'm becoming an old person. But there's Gleim, there's Surgent, Roger, Wiley. There's a lot of companies out there, and I am not going to be biased or anything. All I can say is I used Becker. It worked really well. There are a lot of really good softwares out there, so don't just go with Becker or nothing. Do your research, analyze your study methods and what works for you as far as learning, and compare that with the study materials out there. But no, I can't give any personal testimonial about the different study softwares. A lot of people use different kinds. Again, I can only talk about what worked for me, and that was Becker. So this morning I looked up the different costs, retail value of the study program. So right now Becker is going for about $3,000. Surgent is also going for about $3,000, which is kind of interesting. Wiley is about $2,500. Gleim is $2,000, and Roger is about $2,000, and that's all the ones I did research on. So you're looking at a couple grand easily to get the study materials, but hold out for sales. There's definitely gonna be promotions. There may be like a 90-day see it, return it, money back. Take advantage of all those things. Don't go out and pay full price. A lot of companies pay for it as well. So if you work for a Big Four, most likely they're gonna pay for your study materials because they want you to get the license. But don't pick out a material being blind, or just because your best friend used Becker, then you're gonna use Becker. Like, no, that's not gonna work. You're two different people. I cannot preach that enough. Definitely do your research, read the blogs, look at other YouTubers, hear what they have to say, and just analyze everything and then figure out the best material for you. Now, as for the exams, I don't know if the cost varies per state. I've kind of heard 2 different things. NASBA administers the exams. That's a national organization. So I can only speak, I guess, for Tennessee because I tested through Tennessee. But each exam that I took cost me $210 just to sign up for the exam. But there's also a $75 exam fee for Prometric. That's who administers the exam. So each exam that I took cost me $285. And y'all, I took 7 exams because I failed 3. So I spent just shy of $2,000 just taking the exams. So keep that in mind if you're trying to take the CPA exams, and definitely try and pass them. It'll save you some money, not that you're trying to fail them anyways. But the way that $75 testing fee works is if you pay for all 4 exams up front, then you only have to pay one $75 testing fee. I paid for each one individually because I did not move on to another section until I passed the first section. I just felt like it was most efficient for me to keep studying this one section until I passed it, then move on to the next. But I had coworkers who literally would buy, let's say, 3 sections of the exam, so they only paid that $75 plus the $210, the $210, the $210, but they had one $75 fee. Do you guys get what I'm saying? And every time you buy an exam, it lasts 6 months, so you have to take those exams in 6 months or they expire and you just lost $200-something. There's also a $35 reschedule fee, so you can reschedule any exam that you sign up for. Just pay 35 bucks, put it on a different date when you're more comfortable, you feel more ready. I've only rescheduled 1 exam throughout my whole CPA exam process. That was when I listened to everybody when they say schedule your exam in advance, so I did. Y'all, I do not believe that. For every other exam, I did not put it on the calendar. I just studied my heart out, and when I was done with all the material and started my review process, that's when I scheduled my exam. But I'm very disciplined and I had a very routine schedule about how many hours I was studying each day. So if you're not as disciplined and you need a date in the future to know, oh crap, my exam's in 32 days, I better start studying, then maybe that'll work for you. There's definitely different opinions about every single thing with the CPA, so don't just take what I say, listen to other people. Every single person is different. I cannot preach that enough. So also for Tennessee, we had to have the ethics exam. So I had to pay $125 for the ethics materials, which were all on the computer. They're all digital. It's like an 8-hour-long program. I did do an entire video about me taking the ethics exam. Not every state requires that, so that you may get to save money by not having to take the ethics exam. Tennessee did it through the AICPA, so we adopted the AICPA ethics exam. So that was an additional $125. And then when I passed all 4 exams, I passed the ethics exam, then I actually started the CPA licensing process. I shared a whole video about the CPA licensing process, so check it out if you're at that stage. And the license itself for Tennessee was $100, and I got it in July of 2019, so I paid $100 to get my license then, and then I had to renew it in December. And Tennessee's weird, they don't do a pro rata cost like most states, which makes sense. For example, let's say I got licensed in December last month, I would have to pay $100 to get licensed and then pay another $100 to renew for the next 2 years. Whereas most states would be like, okay, you would pay 1/24 of the $100 because you're only being licensed for 1 month. Tennessee doesn't do that. I don't know why. I'd love to know. There's also an additional fee for a credit evaluation that the Tennessee State Board tried to get me to go through. I've already ranted about that on my CPA licensing video, but basically they were trying to tell me I did not have enough credits to be a CPA and that I was 1 credit shy and I only had 149 credits. They actually had miscounted and I did have 150 credits. So in that whole process of them trying to figure it out, they were trying to charge me an extra $100 to reevaluate my credits. So that was an additional fee that some people might blindly pay just to hope that they recount it right. But just be aware, there may be more fees with your state. Every single state is completely different. There are no 2 states that are identical. So as far as your licensing process goes, that is by your state because you are a CPA for your state. And you can be a CPA for multiple states. So let's say I got licensed in Tennessee, I can transfer it to Georgia if I want to hop down to Atlanta and be a CPA down there and practice down there. So adding up all of the fees and costs and the study materials and the exams and the licensing and the ethics exam, everything ended up costing me $2,755 total. And that's including the fact that I got a dang good deal on Becker and only paid about $400, $500 for Becker. So that easily could be closer to $5 grand if I would have paid full price for study material. So it is an expensive investment, but it's an investment. You're investing in your future, in your career. And I'm not gonna go into more detail about why it's important to be a CPA if you're thinking about it. It's definitely not for everybody. I've already talked about that. But yeah, it's expensive. I wanted to shed some light on that. And I know there's a lot of viewers on my channel that are from India or other countries that are trying to get the US CPA license. I cannot help you because I have no idea how it works for international candidates. I get 20 to 30 DMs a day on Instagram from people in India asking me about the CPA. I cannot help you. I'd love to help you. I can't. I don't know how it works. So everything here is talking about the US dollar CPA cost and specifically for Tennessee because I'm licensed through Tennessee. So anywho, I hope that video helps clarify some questions about how much it'll cost you to get your CPA license. And keep in mind, I took 7 exams, so if you pass all 4 the first time, you won't have to take 3 additional exams. That's where a lot of my money went, was the extra exams, because I kept failing audit, even though I'm an auditor. A lot of you guys roasted me in the comments about failing audit. Listen, I'm happy I made it through. I'm proud of myself, and I'm just very honest about my failures and that it's hard. That was the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm a very honest, transparent person. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully it clears up some questions, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.